There's a lot of news. I just saw the article or the news today that Intuit is laying off 10% of its workforce
I didn't see that.
because of its investment in AI. They do this regularly, right? I was I was impacted by such a thing. My wife also worked at Intuit. She was impacted by it's a July. It's a fourth quarter for them. So the end of July is the end of their fiscal year. So they make a lot of these announcements during the month of July. So it's common. And
Uh-huh.
what is uncommon about Intuit's layoff practices is that rather than traditional companies they will look at their workforce and rather than lay them off, they'll look traditional company will say, "We like you. Would you rather do this instead?" Or
Mm,
maybe realign work with workers. But Intuit takes a different stance on that, and they do a reorganizational structuring, right?
right.
And then they'll eliminate the positions, but then oftentimes they'll hire back, right? And so the article that I read earlier this morning was talking about they plan on rehiring the 1,800 jobs that they're letting go. They're just a different position.
Mm.
And I think the logic, if there is one, the
Yeah,
logic
I'm
of
not.
this,
I'm not seeing any logic, so I'm listening
the
very
lot,
carefully.
the logic is that they can get the talent that they're looking for, right?
Mhm.
Rather than trying to play, well, we think you would be good doing this, they would rather eliminate the position and allow those people to apply for the
Yeah,
positions that they feel like they would be best suited for.
but then also
Um,
take in other candidates.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So they're restructuring, of course, because of the impending AI
Hmm.
tsunami, and they've already invested a lot of dollars and time and energy into their generative AI. So they're doubling down on that with the people that can help them do that. So that may not be the talent that they currently have. It may, right? So
Yeah.
they'll find that out. So they would rather uh, recycle old employees. I always said that Intuit was a very green company because they recycle people. They call it a revolving door because they take very good care of people as they let them go, but they also make it possible for them to come back. So that's the chit chat that I wanted to talk about with regards to that, which is, of
When
course,
did they
interrupted.
release that announcement, Dan?
I saw it early this morning.
Oh, you did. Oh,
Michelle,
yeah. See, that's part of the problem. Is this morning we had our meeting, and then I'm
mm,
wrapped up in an implementation, and then now we
right,
have this. So I haven't looked at anything, and no email or
yeah,
nothing. Yeah.
yeah. So um, that's likely, but don't feel bad for the folks. My heart does go out to them because they are real people, and it's never a great news, especially with. I, I've been involved with a few restructurings, and they're real people, and they
Yeah.
have real lives and those types of things. But Intuit does take really good care of the people that are impacted, so they have something to fall onto and those types of
No.
things, and also keep the door open so that they can come back. So
Yeah, that is good
even
because not all major corporations do that. And yeah, it's that's always not it's more of an inconvenience for anything because then, oh, okay, you've been let go. Oh, great, now I found another job and now I'm settled in
yeah,
that. And now, oh, here's an invite to potentially go back. That's not
hmm
that doesn't put anybody in a good position.
yeah, yeah. The first time I was impacted was in 2008, right before the big recession. They laid off several hundred people, but they also opened up several positions. They gave us 2 months notice,
Yeah.
and because of the big restructuring, I never left. I never had to turn in my badge. I found another position
Yeah.
before the end date actually occurred. Hopefully that's going on as well, but there's time will tell. The second time I would have volunteered, right? So I
Yeah.
was ready to go.
And now I think that it's probably turned out to be a blessing in disguise, right? Where now you're a business owner, an entrepreneur,
Yeah.
and yeah, I know you're really into AI, and so am I, and that's we can stay on the edge of everything that's coming from a different perspective, and so it's really cool and exciting, actually.
Yeah.
I'm really interested to see what they have coming, and there's just so many other companies now in the mix that
Hmm.
I hate to say it, but not gonna
Hmm.
completely marry myself to into it. And so
Right.
I am really interested in seeing what all these other companies come up with. And I think it's a really exciting time to be
Hmm.
an accounting firm owner and really understand what's going on
Yeah.
with AI, I think.